there. It's leadership.
Dan Orlovsky back here with us. I guess I'll start with you because somebody's all sorts of inspired and motivated on a Monday, Motivation Monday. Michael, how much blame does Baker deserve?
Listen, man, we cannot throw all of this on Baker. I go back to the original thought that I've had about this situation in Baker, and I said, yes, Baker can guide this team, but we keep coming back to wanting him to carry this team. No, they didn't show. This is the #1 rushing attack in the NFL, and didn't show up yesterday. We didn't see the #1 rushing attack. You hear that the leadership taking responsibility, so his main man Jarvis Landry don't go home and fill in the dumps by watching that because he's already feeling bad. Because you know Jarvis Landry, he's a fighter. He makes those were aggressive mistakes. You don't want to see aggressive mistakes, but I want to see aggression. I want to see him be physical. I want to see him try to get that extra yard. You know, I want him to hold on to the ball. You know what I mean? Those are the drops. Those drops he doesn't usually do. So, no, I do not put all of that on Baker Mayfield. I expect the guys around him to play their role, and they failed at playing their role yesterday, which does make his role much more difficult. I understand we see great quarterbacks, and they raise up people, and they raise up the play. That's not where Baker is right now. Now, Baker has raised up the play, and guys like Rashard Hennings, those guys are playing better. But we're asking him to control and lead when I say he has the ability to guide, but only guide when everybody else is doing their job.
You're right. I don't disagree with what you're saying about yesterday's game. And I saw you on Get Up a bit earlier this morning, and I don't disagree with you in terms of
96 rush yards.
Landry had a couple of dropped passes, plus he had a fumble. We all know that. Odell Beckham Jr., 1 reception for 6 yards. I mean, my God.
Screen.
Listen, it's pretty bad. There's no question about it. We get all of that. You got Njoku in the lineup. You got Hooper there. You got Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. Still, you're only throwing for 225 yards. You got Nick Chubb back in the lineup, even though Kareem Hunt isn't there, but you still got a stud at the running back spot that averaged nearly 4 yards a carry. When you're talking about yesterday's game, I don't disagree with what y'all are saying. But I'm not letting Baker Mayfield off the hook for this reason. And when I say I blame Baker Mayfield, because I am blaming him to a large degree, I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about the season thus far. And what I mean by that is this. You're 4-4 right now. You're a 500 team. You know why you're a 500 team? When all is said and done, that's a very average record, right? Because we have a very average quarterback. That's what we have. And I'm not talking about just his ability to throw the football. He talked about putting it on him. I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about the season. He talked about putting it on him. When we talk about football, Dan Orlovsky, Michael Irvin, this is what y'all say. Y'all talk not just about somebody's ability to throw. Y'all talk about somebody's ability to make plays. Y'all talk about somebody's ability to do it in the clutch. And you also talk, particularly from the quarterback position, about one's ability to inspire and galvanize.
Raise 'em up, right.
And so when I look at the body language of a Jarvis Landry, and I look at Odell Beckham Jr., who's just praying to get the hell up out of there, okay? When I'm looking at this team and a defense that's saying we got to do something because we don't have but so much faith in this offense, who am I to point to? I can look at Kevin Stefanski, and I get all of that, but I can also look at Baker Mayfield. And what I'm saying to you is that when you come out, Dan, and you say, well, Baker Mayfield wasn't at fault yesterday, you got us. You're absolutely right. But if we take into account what the expectations were for the team coming into the season, the role that particular quarterback was going to play. See, I watch Dan Orlovsky because I like how he uses the big board, especially when he tries to talk about me. You understand what I'm saying? I like when he tries to do it, so I'm looking at him and waiting to see if he's going to try to start something.
I'm going to jump all over this.
And you know what I saw Orlovsky say? I saw Orlovsky say more than a week ago, the most disappointing team in the entire NFL
Stand by it.
was the Cleveland Browns.
Stand by it.
And what I'm saying is you can't say that and let Baker Mayfield off the hook because he's the quarterback. He's right in the middle of it. That's all I'm trying to say. I'll leave the particulars to you, but I'm taking a macro perspective because I don't know the micro perspective the way that you do. From a macro perspective, you don't get to call them the most disappointing team in the NFL, but then in the same breath a week later, you're like, well, I'm going to give Baker Mayfield a pass.
Dan, you got an answer for that?
I'm going to rip apart this argument. First of all, if I were the Kansas City Chiefs and the New Orleans Saints, I would call the Browns and see if they'll trade Odell Beckham. I think the Browns need a trade.
What about the Packers?
Packers are in there as well.
Yeah.
I would put them in that
He'd love to go to the
conversation.
Packers. Yeah.
Trade Odell to get what?
Something on the defensive side, because that is the reason why they're the biggest disappointment in football. That's why they're a 4-4 football team. This team has 2 losses this year when they scored 30 and 42. Lost 2 games this year when they
Chargers
scored 42.
47-42.
And the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs.
In week 1.
That's right.
They're not a 4-4 football team because their quarterback is playing with one arm and playing tough yesterday all season. They're a 4-4 football team because all the money and all the draft picks that they spent on the defensive side of the football have been an absolute and utter failure. To lose 2 games in the NFL when you score 30 and 42 is a failure. Baker Mayfield's been playing with one arm. Yesterday does matter because I thought, and I tweeted this out, Baker Mayfield, this is the biggest drive in your career. I fully expected him to go lead them down for a game-winning drive. But he got let down by his stars. That matters because sitting at 5-3 when your quarterback plays with a broken arm or a broken shoulder is a significantly different feeling than when you're sitting at 4-4. Landry's got 3 drops in the fumble. Higgins had the drop. Odell goes one-armed. Austin Hooper had the drop.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh scored 15 on you, and that was with the fake field goal. That went bad. The defense has let down this football team. Baker Mayfield is not to blame for that football team losing that game yesterday, nor for that team being 4-4. That defense has been an utter failure.
Excuse me. A few weeks ago, I will remind you, Dan Orlovsky,
Yes.
that you were on this show.
Yes.
We talked about Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes.
And you talked about how he needs to get traded. You talked about how open he was on several occasions.
Chargers game,
and how Baker Mayfield was not finding that man. Why do I bring that up? He's got a reception for 6 yards. We're having questions. Does Odell Beckham Jr. have it anymore? Is he about to be out of this league?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't he need to be moved, et cetera, et cetera? You yourself admitted that has something to do with Baker Mayfield. Where's the chemistry issue? You're the quarterback. If I'm looking at you, right, excuse me, what is the deal? You're not just a quarterback, you're a leader. So when I look at teams, when I look at players, sure, I'm going to hold them accountable for not getting it done because everybody's got a job to do. We are professionals, you should get paid. I understand that. But the flip side to it is that when you think about the game of football, which you played, and obviously you played, and you know it the way that you know it, if you got a quarterback that in essence has basically demoralized you for whatever reason, the chemistry is not there, the cohesiveness is not there, you don't even want to be his teammate, et cetera, et cetera. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.